Hey guys, good afternoon. It is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. It is a privilege, a pleasure, and of course, an honor to be with you on another fine day, whether it's a day, whether it's an evening. Hey, do check out my hat there, believemeachieve.com, scan that QR code, and why not check out all my other great content that I know you guys are going to really appreciate. Do be sure to actually connect with me as well on things like TikTok and all my other great content. So our master topic, ladies and gentlemen, for the week is embracing the power of stop and start. Okay. Um, and our granular topic, which we'll get to in a minute, but thank you for being here, whether you're here at 2:42 p.m., 2:42 a.m., 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 6 a.m., 6 p.m. Doesn't really matter. Just thank you so much for being here with me. I'm very grateful for that. Our granular topic for today is embracing action and imperfection. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is stop waiting for the perfect moment. Start taking action now. Now, there might be a perfect moment to have that cup of coffee, that latte, that tea, right? Or that biscuit, that scone, or even that filet mignon, or that, sip of Prosecco or other champagne, etc., right? There might be a perfect moment for that, but there isn't a perfect moment for taking action. And if you think, ladies and gentlemen, that there is a perfect moment for it, well, you're going to be waiting forever and ever and ever because there never will be a perfect moment. So you have to make the moment perfect. You need to seize it and act. This is very, very critical, ladies and gentlemen. I can't tell you how critical this is, but you need to do that. It is so very, very important. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Start taking action now. Overcome perfectionism. I know I've had that a lot from my parents and stuff. And, we always want everything to be just perfect, right? But, we don't get things to be better or perfect by not ever starting. So you need to start. And there was a great saying that once went, you don't have to be great or perfect to start, but you have to start to become getting better and to eventually get to be perfect, right? So don't let the quest of perfection hold you back. Learn that it's about silencing that inner critic that we talked about so much. Take that first step towards your dreams. Embrace imperfect action. Progress, not perfection. Consistent progress. Discover the beauty of small, imperfect steps and how they can lead you to a momentum of monumental achievements. So taking consistent action on a regular basis, ladies and gentlemen, I got news for you, is going to make a big difference in your life. I've got to tell you that right now. So the next thing I want to share with you guys, because embrace action and imperfection and start taking action now. We need to know that we have to harness the momentum of consistency. Establish routines, whether it be in the morning, in the afternoon, maybe it's a workout routine, maybe it's a success routine in your life. Explore the power of daily habits and routines propelling you towards your promises. I think that's really an important thing that I want to say. And it's really cool because something that I think you don't get is that if we embrace action and imperfection, then we're going to see that even though there wasn't a perfect moment, the moment suddenly becomes perfect. I'm going to give you a perfect example. So I own a few companies, and one of the companies we were working on doing something for quite a few years, and we were waiting for the perfect moment for it to happen. And I say, you know what? We're just going to give up on there being a perfect moment and we're just going to plunge forward. And even though it might not be exactly perfect, we're going to do the best we can and just work on getting a little bit better. And you know what? This is the first year that we started on this project and we made over 50% progress in less than a month. All because we gave up our desire to be perfect. We want to have a great, fulfilling project and one that's going to make and touch a lot of lives, but we want to make sure that we don't get stuck up in the perfect loop, right? That loop that keeps us from doing things. We have to leap over fear, ladies and gentlemen. That's false evidence appearing real. So many people get stuck in fear and doubt. So why don't you just confront your fears? Don't let fear, false evidence appearing real, dictate your actions. Discover techniques to confront and overcome your fears and pave the way for bold decision making. Banish self-doubt, silence the inner voice of doubt, and unleash your confidence and believe in yourself to conquer any challenge. That is very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. Leap over your fears and doubt. That's very, very important. All right. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Acknowledge your achievements. Celebrate every milestone, even if it's very small. Recognize your progress and use it as the fuel to propel you forward. Learn from those setbacks we get. We all get setbacks, right? Setbacks are not failures. They're not times for us to quit, but they're opportunities for us to, let's say, reflect and regroup and start again. Discovering how extra value comes from lessons is something you're going to learn your entire life. Now, when I was younger and I had lessons, you would have them, but then you would brush them aside like, oh, that shouldn't be happening to me. Like, why am I not perfect? And so this has only been an epiphany that I had recently, that we don't need to be perfect, but we need to be consistent, and we need to celebrate the little things we do. Okay. If somebody says, well, John, they don't want to be part of us because we're not perfect yet. Well, fine. Then we don't need people to be with us just because we're perfect or aren't perfect. We're perfect enough. And if we can just embody that and be grateful for that, so many amazing things can happen in our life. All right. I want to talk about another point that I think is very important for everyone. And that is the point of unlocking your potential. That's right. I said unlocking your potential. If you unlock your potential, you will see that life changes. Life changes because when we do one little thing, and that one little thing gets us to step forward, it's like, oh my gosh, like this really took me forward, right? So what is unlocking your potential? I like to say it's unpacking opportunity. Discover your passion and find out what sets your soul on fire. Uncover the things that light you up and align your actions with your true purpose in life. Cultivate self-belief. I talk about believe me, achieve all the time. Believe in yourself and your abilities. We learned a very long time ago that belief is very important from Claude Bristol Myers, The Magic of Believing. Cultivate a mindset of resilience and self-belief to overcome any obstacle. So if you're still on the sidelines and saying, hey, John, I don't know how to embrace action imperfection. So when you do something, maybe it's painting, maybe it's a poem, maybe it's writing something, maybe it's building something, and it's not perfect yet. Take stock to realize the beauty, the creation of what you were able to accomplish. And from that, it will fuel you to make it better. Athletes don't become professionals overnight. They take many, many hours of practice. Practice never makes things perfect. But you know what practice does? Practice makes things better. So in my life, I'm not looking to make things perfect. I'm just making a decision that everything in my life has to get a little bit better every time. And with that celebration, the fact that that what you're working on is getting better, I think that's so huge. Embrace action. So what am I talking about? Maybe you're stuck, right? Maybe it's something you want to make more money. And you're like, I don't know how to get there. Well, embrace action. Is it doing some research to find out who you need to visit? Is it looking at some of your competitors? What action can you embrace? You might say, well, gee, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how. Well, that's okay. Before I started a marketing company, which is one of my companies, full print production, graphic media design company, which is Orbital Media, I didn't know anything about marketing. I went to school for engineering and I love engineering, but marketing was something that was this area that got me curious. And it's because other companies couldn't even print their way out of a paper bag. And I'm like, is the world this terrible that nobody can figure out how to print? Or are they just concerned about the almighty dollar? And what I learned is they're concerned about the almighty dollar. You see, whether somebody brings you $1 or $1 billion, you should give them the same amount of service. And if you can embrace that thought, a lot can be built upon it. I mean, a lot. But you might say, John, I don't know how to do this, right? The reason I don't know how to do it is because I don't know where. I don't know what. So thinking about something right now that maybe is imperfect in your life. And when you hear that, and we get some people to pop in and pop out, because maybe I'm not saying something that resonates with them. Maybe what I'm saying is something they can't swallow. You see, when I tell people that you're not going to be perfect, but you can get better, that puts a lot of people down. And I'm not here to put you down, but I'm here to give you a realistic view that you can keep getting better. Now, your better might be perfect for someone else, but it's never truly perfect. So you can keep getting better and keep pushing the envelope just a little bit further, right? The key is to have fun when you're embracing the action of imperfection. Maybe you are trying to train to lose weight and nothing's working for you. Well, what is working for you? Well, the fact that you're getting up every morning and you're able to be consistent at the exercises. Maybe they're not doing anything for you yet. Maybe you got to learn how to have better form, or maybe it's something else like you're spending too much time in the kitchen, right? I had 7 trainers. I fired them many years ago because all they did was have an attitude. You see, I've said this before too many times. Our attitude determines our altitude, all right? If you can embrace that, then the sky is the limit for what you can accomplish. It's just we get stuck in a small mind, in a small corner, like, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't have the resource. I don't have the money. I don't have, even the venue. I don't have the concept. What do you have? Well, I have an idea. I have an idea that I want to make this world great. Fantastic. So work with what you have and cut yourself some slack. Because when you do this, the fun side of you, the creative side of you pops in. Do you know why kids are very dialed into, being so creative? It's because they're not obsessed with being a perfectionist. They're concerned about having fun. So what I tell people every day is I don't work. I creatively play and make my life better every day. And when something doesn't fit, well, I just change it. I change it up. But I don't let anything that isn't working the way I want it to bring me down. So just to review our points before we, close off for today, and that is this. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Take the action now, because if you keep waiting, there will never be a perfect moment, and you'll miss the moment that you could have made better, and maybe even perfect. Harness the momentum of consistency. Don't do something because someone else tells you. Do something because you want to do it and build a natural habit. Leap over fear and doubt every single day, every night. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Unlock your potential. And I want to say something else here, ladies and gentlemen. I want to tell you that you need to be creative. Okay? You need to have fun with life. You need to figure out, like, what if questions, and stop asking, well, if this doesn't work, what do I do? You might say something like, if this works, when this works, what should I do? Now this works, not what should I do, but how should I proceed next is different than a question of like, if it works. So keep things positive. When I get this many people that come to an event, I'm going to do this next. I'm going to take out a magazine ad. I'm going to get testimonials from them, right? I'm going to get creative and explore the part that makes it fun. And when you do that, people are going to be like, hey, I want to be a part of this group. I want to be a part of this mission. I want to be a part of this whole movement. But no one wants to be a part of something when it's too rigid. Does that mean you can't have rules? Of course not. It just means that you've got to creatively play and you've got to be willing to adapt to your surroundings and to the people around you, the situations, the circumstances, the lessons that you've learned. Maybe you're trying to put what they say, a square peg in a round hole. Is that going to work? No. How could you get it through? Well, you could shave some of the sides off so that the points aren't so big, and you could probably get it through. You could route the hole to make it bigger, right? You could try orienting it to see if it's the same on all sides. But I think when we develop a curious mindset and we adopt that into our adulthood, that's when we re-become kids again. See, the kids at 3 and 4 years old have the potential of becoming multimillionaires because the world is their oyster. When you get old, it's like, oh my gosh, my parents said this, my friend said this isn't possible, not possible, not possible. Maybe you want to build a new house and you're like, oh, I want to build this new house. You're like, I don't have the money for the house. Don't focus on what you don't have. Focus on what you do have. Well, I want to build a house. I want it to be like this. This is what I want it to look like. This is what I want to put inside. This is what I'm going to feel like when I have the house. This is where I want to build a house on this type of land. And be open to possibilities. Don't be locked into one thing. Because when you're open to things, saying, I'll take this or something better, universe is okay. I'm willing to help you co-create. Ladies and gentlemen, you know who I am by now. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It has been an amazing privilege, pleasure, and honor to be with you this fantastic evening. I hope you'll like, love, and definitely support all my wonderful content. And I am so grateful that you're here and that you're watching my content, you're sharing it, and you're making a choice to have this be a part of your life. So I leave you with this. Definitely check out believemeachieve.com. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, the choice is up to you, okay, to embrace change, to realize that it doesn't have to be perfect. But there's nothing wrong with making it better each time. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day and evening, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a great night.